today, yeah? It's all of it. It's all of it. If you want to put me in Luther, put your Australian brother in Luther, I'm there. Can I ask you, sir, your name, that's so funny. Are you a comedian? Not really, but that's what people are taking me as, you know. I don't know like a video. I do voiceovers in it. Like comedy voiceovers, and then it kind of went viral in the Australian community. And then, like, everybody's saying I'm the biggest celebrity, and then it's you second, and then you got, like, the other ones who are coming, you know what I mean? You're making me laugh already, bro. There you go. Listen, slide in my DM and put me in Luther after you share the link. I'm ready. I just need 2 seconds in Luther, mate. That's all I need, brother. Take care, man. God bless you, man. I take it easy, my love. Yo, the guy, pixelated face. I've never seen that thing before. That looks crazy. It is. I'm trying to figure out how to take this thing off, you know, bro. I don't even know how to do it myself, my guy. I know. Tell me about it, man. Like, you have to just leave. I think there's an extra corner. Can you do that? All right, bro. Check me out, though, bro. No doubt, brother. All right. I'm not sure how. Okay, I think he's gone. Okay, let me see who else to pick now. Okay, hold up. Let me see my guy. This guy, I followed on TikTok, and he's amazing. I want to see what question he has to ask me. Yo! Hey! What's up? How are you, sir? How are you? I'm good. Yourself? I'm very good, man. I was just saying that I followed you on TikTok because you're an amazing magician, and I saw you requested, man. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Firstly, thank you so much for following. I'm glad you like my work. That's absolutely awesome. You're pretty incredible. For you to be saying that to me. I saw this one trick that you did to this dude. He owned a shop, and you put the card in the chocolate bar. Yeah. My man, that was some freaky mind-blowing stuff. But there we go. But congratulations to you, firstly. Oh my God, you've done so many incredible things, and to be here now chatting to you personally is absolutely amazing. And I do have a question for you. You're a man of many talents, firstly, and you've done a lot of things in a kind of professional capacity. So is there something you're still looking to try and kind of achieve other than what you already do amazingly? Asking me a question like that is a loaded question because I'm of the philosophy that, everything is up for grabs. Like, I've got this mad philosophy that we're only allowed on this planet for however long, and no day is promised, right? So while I'm here, it piques my interest and I want to give it a go, I'm probably going to try that. I like that. But look, in all seriousness, in my profession, I've directed films and such. Yeah. But I've never really written a film. I've never written a film. I've been part of the writing process with other writers, but I've never written. So within my sort of like day job, if you like, I would like to then one day write a film. Nice. Start to finish. And I've tried, but I have like real sort of writer's block, or I find myself, I'm not very, so some writers will basically storyboard the whole story out, put it on Post-it notes and all of that. Where me, I just kind of like, and then this happened, and then this happened. And then basically as a writer, you just find yourself getting into a little bit of a muddle. It's hard to a film story going that way. But I would love to write a film one day. That would be something that I'd like to do. I can imagine it being awesome, honestly. I hope so, man. You definitely have to do that. I'm going to ask the same question for you, because as a magician, obviously, what's the pinnacle moment for you that you want to reach that you haven't done yet? So, television has always been my thing. I've always wanted to have my own TV special. I mean, people like David Blaine were my inspirations when I was kind of starting out. I remember at school singing for the first time in the UK. I thought, wow, I want to do what he's doing, because he's changed the whole kind of the vision of magic, from Paul Daniels to, people on the stage and the tux and all that sort of thing, and he's on the streets doing some incredible stuff. Yeah. And, that was 24 years ago, and I'm just thinking all this time later, I'd still love to do that. I mean, I was privileged enough to be in the West End Theatre this year as well, in summer, which is amazing, a real blessing.
and it was always one of those checkboxes. And I always thought something like that would happen after the TV. Yeah. But yeah, the TV is always still going to be the goal. I mean,
TV special.
Yeah, I mean, I think the weird thing is I feel TV's kind of dying to an extent, but that's what we got, of course, things like Netflix and Amazon and Apple and things like that. So even having a special on that would be epic, because I think a lot of eyes are on those platforms now more so than TV.
Put it out there, man. You know, I'm about you. You're an incredible talent. Put it out there. You put that energy into the ether, and it shall answer. Can I ask you a question about David Blaine?
Absolutely.
Now that you are an accomplished magician yourself, do you know how David done most of his stuff?
It took a while to get to a point to understand how he was doing everything. I remember I had it on VHS. Do you remember that, guys? So I recall watching it every single night, trying to analyze how has he done that. My dad watching as well, like, oh, he must have done this, must have done that. But then, of course, I met many other magicians along the journey, and then we put our heads together, and they know how the trick would work, essentially, or we just kind of put our heads together and try to come up with our own way of doing something. But all these years down the line, you think, oh, so that's how he did it. Wow. But it's quite nice because you can take those ideas now and kind of develop it, make it far more modern, more relatable to kind of today's society, which is great. So, and I think that's what any art form does, is you take something that's already out there or something that's older, just make it new and just share the love, share the magic, if you like.
You know, similarly for me as an actor that, you know, has been in the game a little while, and I remember my early influences, you know, like Jack Nicholson, Sidney Poitier. When I watch their films now, I have a very different perspective, you know. I mean, not that I can see their technique, but I can appreciate it differently. Especially, like, I was talking about Robert De Niro. You know, he's a method actor. For those who don't know what a method actor is, someone who actually tries to embody the character fully. And it's called the method technique. And I look back at Taxi Driver or Raging Bull, and I know that Rob had to have gone through a lot to pull those characters off.
Sure.
In my ripe old age now, I look back at them and go, wow, that's an incredible performer.
But I think you do that. I feel like you do that now anyway. Because I went to the Holiday 4, which is absolutely epic, and it was funny to see you in that kind of position as a vicious, sweat basketball, if you like. So it was a mad to see you there. Yes. So I was going to be careful depending on what you. I just saw basketball. But it was just mad to see you from what I've seen you performing and as you are, and then all of a sudden you're this vicious person. Damn, it's just, you believe it straight away, and I love that. So it clearly shows it's happening. It's amazing.
Well, listen, man, I would ask you to do a trick before we leave, but I'm not going to ask you that.
I'm going to do it for you anyway, because I'm prepared.
You're going to do it?
Can I? May I?
Go for it.
All right. So this is the first time we're meeting in the sense of speaking and communicating. I mean, face-to-face, I guess. So there's nothing pre-arranged or set up in any way. But let's try this now for the very first time. There are 52 playing cards in the deck, minus the jokers, minus the instruction cards. But if I ask you now, when I click my fingers, think of one card in your mind, but not the ace of spades, but just any other playing card in your mind.
Yep.
Got it? Good. Perfect. For the very first time, think about this. You're the very person in this talk right now, this live chat, is thinking of this playing card at the moment.
Yeah.
Tell all of us, including myself, what card did you decide to go with?
Two of hearts.
Right, because in my pocket, just going to take this out, is my wallet. But inside this wallet, no cash, no cards, none of that sort of thing, but I have this envelope inside here. Inside this envelope, we have one card, and it is the Two of Hearts.
No, come on, man. How did you do that? I don't even want to know. That is something juju.
You know what? It's really interesting, Idriss, because that worked. I just want to quickly take a step further, if that's okay. So that's playing cards. I'm always involved with playing cards. Let's just go with numbers for a moment. I want you to get a two-digit number in your mind. Don't even say what it is.
Okay.
Good. And remember, we've not pre-arranged or set this up.
It is live. Like,
this is live. This is live and direct as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to write something down. Just, it sounds silly, but imagine you're looking at your screen. It's like a white screen almost, and you kind of see your number printed on there in big black writing. That's it. Perfect. I'm going to write something down. Okay. I'm committed. I'm happy with that. So, in a loud, clear voice, so that when you're cheating anyway, please tell everyone the number you decided to go with.
2-digit number, yeah?
Yeah.
72.
Any reason why?
It's the year I was born.
Is that reversed?
Yeah.
Sorry. It says Idriss will choose 72.
That's because it's obvious that I chose that. That must be it, because I cannot imagine how you've done that. Wow.
I'll say.
Okay.
You'll have to experience it live one time, Idriss, for sure.
Dude, I can't wait to meet you in person, man. That is
Definitely.
Wow. Listen, for the benefit of everyone watching, I don't know how he did that. And I was trying to... 72 is a little obvious now I think about it, but number 2 of hearts, how you did that, boy. Clever.
I'm just so glad you went with the 2 of hearts. I could have gone horribly wrong otherwise. Embarrassingly.
Yes.
Idriss, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the event, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Love and congratulations. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Okay, no more magicians, please. That was weird. I'm not even going to lie, man. I don't know how he did that. That was, yes, incredible. Okay, I'm going to mind reading through the screen, someone said. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm going to choose another random. Please have your question ready. I'm really enjoying this, by the way. I'm going to stay on for probably another 20 minutes or so. So I hope you are enjoying it as much as I am. Okay, I've got a question I'm going to ask you because, let me see. Well, you keep doing that. I keep nearly blocking people. That's mad. Okay, all right, here we go. Let me see. Boom. Let's see. Wow, that was freaky, man.
What's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Jeanette, how you doing?
Good. Ignore all the stuff covered. We're getting home renovations done.
Yeah, I'm doing that, yeah. Are you, everyone, this is Jeanette Bennett. She's an artist.
What's up?
I think I met you on the Instagram. I picked up one of your tracks one time, right?
Yeah, we did. You checked out one of my songs, Priceless. And
That's
then,
right.
we started kind of just talking about music and then working on a track, which is sick, by the way.
Yes, thank you. We haven't finished that. We need to sort that out.
We really do. We really do. I started working with Elba, and we have a track coming out. He's sick.
Shout out Postel. He's a great producer. So, tell me, what's your question? What could you possibly ask me?
I got 2 questions.
Okay.
So, first one, if you had to choose, like, your go-to takeout food, what would you choose? Like, one thing only, like burger, pizza, jerk chicken, like anything.
Nigerian food.
Ooh, okay. I've never had Nigerian food before.
Nigerian pepper soup. You never had Nigerian pepper soup?
Never.
Ooh. Fish, Nigerian pepper soup. Perfect. Every time.
Okay, that's on my list of things to try.
It's spicy. Very spicy.
Okay. I don't mind spicy. I'm good with spicy. Okay, second question. You know, I have to ask a music question. So there's lots of labels out there, lots of people doing their own music thing. For you, what's something that sets Seven Wallace, your label, apart from the others? What's something that you really wanted to incorporate with your label that is different than everyone else's?
That's a good question. Look, you know, it's hard to be different, you know what I mean? It's like, 6 degrees of separation. I was that as a small independent label, Seven Wallace, my label our approach is that we really want to work with artists that know exactly what they want. You know what I mean? we don't want to work with artists that sort of still not sure about their sound or experimenting, you know what I mean? Even if they want to be in different genres, the label really likes artists that know that from the onset and that can articulate that and can see it through. That's not very different from most labels. Most labels want an artist that know what they're doing, right, or what they want. But for us, it's really, we really strive towards that. That's why we're not signing any and everybody. We kind of like people that are sort of, even if they're not established, but they really do know what they want and they know how they're going to get there. That's the best type of art.
You can build off of that.
Yeah.
You can grow from that point. The searching is done. It's like, I know what I want.
I know what I want. Yeah. We've got an artist, Shay Lingo, who's signed to Seven Wallace, and like production meetings with Shay is like just sit back and listen to the vision. You know what I'm saying? And then as a label, we then figure out how to plug what our strengths are around that vision. Even if sometimes there might be things that within the vision that we don't really agree with or whatever, for us, it's about trying to support that. So that's where I would say, I always use this sort of phrase that, my company is sort of like a university. You come in and you learn about yourself at the same time as you know where you're going. You know why you came to university, because you're there to do this. And I'm hoping that you come into Seven Wallace and kind of, you can fall on your face a little bit, you can get back up, but as long as you know where you're going.
That's amazing. And the fact that you have a space for artists like that, I think, like as an artist myself, when you have something to say, but you don't necessarily have the platform to help that vision or that thought or those ideas get out to people, it's amazing that you're providing a place for artists to do that.
Yeah, I think, like, especially now that the music game has shifted, right? It's all about numbers. It's very much a digital space. And, labels, it's an expensive business to nurture an artist, right? So, labels will either want you to sort of assimilate to what's streaming well, or carbon copy what's doing well, or literally play the streaming numbers game, And at Seven Wallace, we don't try and make the artist just go about streaming well. We want them to be developed as an artist and create that, you know what I mean? But obviously we want people to stream well, but it isn't by design. We don't want everyone to sort of just, you have to get these numbers. We want to do that properly.
I feel like that creates longevity. That it means the artist is gonna live if you work off of a place like that.
Yeah, absolutely. How's your music going?
Good, actually. Like I said, I've been working with Nate and a couple other producers, and have some new tracks coming out in 2022. And I just dropped a song and video, Rhythm of You. That just came out. So
you're in Toronto, right?
Sorry?
You're in Toronto?
Yeah, in Toronto. Just outside of Toronto.
Okay, big up Canada. Big up Toronto. All right, thanks.
All right, well, I'm sure there's other people that have questions, so, finally meet face to face.
Yeah, take care.
All right, peace, Idriss.
All right, bye.
Later.
Awesome. She's a great artist, man. She's got a great voice. Cool people, too. Okay, then. Let me see the requests. Who's in asking for made a request? There's so many people from different parts of the world, man. It's incredible. Let me see what I go on. I'm just going to pick this person. Let me see. Let's see. Thanks for staying with us live if you have. And hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Idriss.
How you doing?
I am doing well.
What?
I never imagined I would get picked. I was in the middle of sweeping.
We could hear that when we came on. What's your name?
My name is Crystal.
Crystal, nice to meet you, Crystal.
And I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay. Nice.
So the reason why I dropped in is because I just want to give you a compliment on the movie that you just did. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And, you know, you don't think of Westerns as, you know, that's not something that I typically would have wanted to go see. But of course, you and Regina King and Lakeith are some of the most, you know, awesome, you know, actors. And I just wanted to let you know that it was awesome. It was awesome. I took my grandson, he's 17. He didn't think he would like it either. And he said, Grandma, that was a great movie. So it was just...
Did you see it in the movies? Or did you see it?
I seen it at the movies. I went to the movies to see it.
Wow.
I went to the movies to see it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And then I also watched it on Netflix as well. So I've watched it 3 times so far.
That's dope. Thank you so much. We are very proud of that film. And like you say, you know, as a genre, the Western movies, you know, Black people, we have definitely been cut out of the narrative of that until this.
Absolutely.
There hasn't been a couple of the Posse. Do you remember the Posse? Mary.
Oh, I do. I do remember the Posse. Yes.
Van Peebles, you know, the late great.
But Mario Van Peebles did that. Is correct.
Yeah, that's right. That's
yes.
right. Great movie. Yeah. They're very far and few between. So we're very proud that so many people saw this movie. The hard people was and it's great. We're very proud of it. Big shout to the director James Samuels, who pioneered. He's a very special, talented guy. AZ, who was there as well. James Lasseter, you know, and all the cast. They were amazing. So I'm very proud of that movie.
Absolutely, and you know, you guys did a wonderful job. And you know, again, Regina King is that's my shero. That's my shero. And she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, to see us on that screen like that, you know, it just was amazing. I felt proud to be Black, you know, and you know, I also enjoy your DJing. I couldn't even imagine that because I didn't know that because I was always a fan of your movies. But then when I found that out, I started following you on that.
Okay.
And you're amazing at that too. So what don't you do? What don't you do?
I'm just trying.
What is your next role that you have coming up, if any?
So the one that I'm working on right now is my film version of Luther, the film. Yeah, so Luther. Have you seen Luther, the TV show that I did?
I get somewhat. I didn't really watch it too much, to be perfectly honest. Wow. Not because of any other reason, but I was busy. You know,
it's a detective show. I play a guy called John, and we did 5 seasons of it. It's a dark show, and now we're in the movie, and I'm so proud of that. You know.
Okay. Well, I will definitely be checking that out. I'm a huge fan, of course, and you know, I'm just proud. I'm just proud of you, and I'm proud of the things that you've accomplished. You know, and you know, it's just a good thing. It's a good thing.
So you're doing that Sunday afternoon cleanup right now, yeah?
Yeah, you know, a little washing and, you know, cooking some dinner and, you know.
What tunes are you playing? Apart from listening to this, but what tunes are you playing as the background?
I am actually watching football. I'm a football fan.
Okay, then. Who's playing?
Right now, we got the Bills and the Saints. And then I'm just waiting for my Charlotte Panthers to come on at 4. But I am a diehard, since 1974, Dallas Cowboy fan.
Hey, okay. I don't know much about the NFL, but I'm going to go with you.
I definitely have been a fan. I'm a sports fanatic, period. I love basketball, track, and field. You know, I did all that coming up. I'm old now, so I can't do all that, but I try to stay pretty in shape.
You can do whatever you want. Can't is not a real word.
Absolutely, that is true. That is true. I'll take that, and I receive that from you.
Yes. All right. Crystal.
Thank you for your time.
You too.
Thank you. You have a great one now. Bye-bye.
That's sweet. You know, the harder they fall was the when oh, you still there, Crystal?
Yeah.
You trying to?
I don't know how to cut it off either.
How to do it? I'm frightened if I press the wrong button, it might just cut the whole thing off. I think there's a boss. Maybe just jump out back in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump out and come back in.
All right, my love.
Okay.
I was saying that, you know, The Harder They Fall was the movie that when, you know, the first cycle of the pandemic, and when Sabrina and I, you know, just, you know, when public has said that we had COVID, that was the movie I was making, The Harder They Fall. In actuality, the first day of shooting, you know, I arrived in Santa Fe and, you know, we had to do COVID tests and whatnot. And I found out I arrived on Friday and was supposed to start shooting the movie on Monday. And the movie went down for 8 months. And it was The Harder They Fall. And it was a very tough, dark time, you know. Like I said, you know, we all went through some dark times, but that was a very dark time for me. And then, you know, that movie was the first movie that I did to go back to work. And after the movie kind of sat down for like almost 8 months, that was the first job that I went back to work, and I was so thankful. In fact, James Samuels, the director, me, the actors, Regina, you know, Jonathan Majors, Lakeith, everyone, you know, we were just so thankful to be back at work. And I think that we put our heart and souls into the movie in a different way when we came back. Because I think that, for me personally, at the beginning stage of the pandemic, there was so much like, you know, no one knew what was going to happen. You know, even though I was asymptomatic and thankfully I was, you know, okay, there was just so much destruction. So many people were dying and we didn't know what was going to happen. So when we did finally allowed to come back to a film set, we made The Harder They Fall. And I really honestly feel that that film took on a new lease of life since we came back to do it. So just a little tidbit for you. I'm going to pick a random. Let me try this person right here. So I'm going to stay on for about another 10 minutes. If you've got questions, try and maybe read some out, but I'm going to try and pick some more lives. I don't know if this person's picking up. Nope. Okay, that person didn't pick up. I'm going to try this person right here.
What up, what up?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, man. What's your name?
Jorge, good to meet you.
Jorge, good to meet you too, man. Thanks for joining the live, man.
Thanks for having me.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Washington, D.C. You got a nice view from the balcony.
I see that.
My buddy Nabil here.
Hey, man, what's up, Nabil? How are you? Nabil's a Iranian.
What'd you say, sorry?
Nabil is an Iranian name?
He's Egyptian.
Egyptian, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a friend called Nabil.
All right. We stayed in last night. We watched a new Netflix film, so congrats.
Thank you, man. Did you enjoy it?
It was good. Yeah.
What question have you got?
I'm reading through the comments. I've been on the whole live stream. A lot of creators, a lot of musicians. software entrepreneurs. You got a lot of people like trying to build stuff, and I think like I resonate a lot with like backstories. You got the moment where people break through, and then that's the spotlight, and then you've got everything they do after. But like what you do before that, everybody's an overnight success, but you never do it overnight type thing. So just sharing your story on what that was like, the ups and the downs, and I resonate with that a lot. So hopefully a lot of people here will too. It would be awesome.
Yeah. Look, I think specifically with my acting career, right? The last 10, 15 years have been extremely successful in more ways than one, and the most exposed I've ever been. But, prior to that, it was a slog. It was a hard slog. When people see films coming back to back and they're like, he's always working, what I realize is that, those films are not always made in that order. You know what I'm saying? And there are times where it goes quiet. In my early career, there was long periods, like 4 years was the longest period where I didn't have any work, and it was a real sort of test of my resilience. And I think more than anything, for most artists, most creative people that are listening, I think that resilience is something that we all got to pay attention to building. You have to build resilience, because there are going to be way more no's than there are yeses. There are going to be fewer opportunities. And, currently we're in a world where people can make their own opportunities, yeah?
Like more than ever, right?
Yeah, more than ever. And I really applaud that. I think, if I speak to anyone, when people kind of look at my portfolio of creativity, I'm everywhere, At one end of the scale, I'm an actor. But on the other end of the scale, I'm a beat maker. And I'm not a huge beat maker. I'm still coming up. But resilience lives across all of that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you're super talented or you're just picking up your craft. You've got to have some thick skin, because, that's really needed. But also, man, the one thing that I really think people overlook is your skill set being trained, like an athlete. When you watch an athlete, a soccer player, football player, or, basketball player, those guys train more than they play the game. They practice way more. And that's because no matter how good you are, no matter if you're playing in the FIFA World Cup, you still have to train, because it's a muscle. And it's no different with the creativity, you know what I'm saying? Like, as an actor, it's hard to train acting, but acting is a reflection of your observation, okay? For me, as an actor, the day I stop observing people and how they listen, how they talk, what they say, is the day that I will, cease being an actor. And essentially, my observation of people is my training ground. My listening skills is my training ground. I'm working right now with a first-time feature film director. Mm-hmm. Super ambitious. His name's Jamie Payne. He's super ambitious. I've made many more films than him, but this is the first film I'm making with him. So I'm listening every day, even though my experience in film and in the film space is bigger, but I'm listening to him every day, and that's just part of, So what do you do?
So I'm a water entrepreneur.
A what? Entrepreneur?
Water. So we've got a company. Our vision is like everybody in the world should have free, clean access to water. So the idea of like electric vehicles right now, how like charging stations are popping up everywhere in the world. Like, we're trying to do the same with water. It's like you should be able to walk down your street everywhere on the planet and find free water. So yeah, that's the mission. It's a